It's the calm before the storm. Bitcoin looks absolutely poised for an immense breakout in the short term. If we do in fact break to the upside, ladies and gentlemen, I believe this may in fact be the moonshot that we've all been waiting for. And on the contrary, if this does decide to break to the downside, we may be in for a deep, deep dive down into the crypto abyss. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the savagery that we're seeing inside the market right now. Not only am I seeing patterns on the short-term time frame, but I'm also seeing them on the longer term, the weekly, the monthly, and ladies and gentlemen, on the intraday. I'm talking the 1 hour, the 30-minute, the 5-minute. There's some bot action going on right now, algorithms that are absolutely crushing retail traders inside this market right now. And I'm sniffing out their tactics like a dog in a back alley, ladies and gentlemen. And as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and observations on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. Being said, let's begin right here on the, you know what, let's go into the intraday first, because I want to show you all what's been happening here. I'm talking very intraday. These are 5-minute candles here, okay? What we're seeing right now inside this equilibrium range that Bitcoin is in, let me rewind. I want to structure this correctly for you all, okay? So the fact of the matter is Bitcoin is stuck in an equilibrium right now. We've been chopping, and right now, when we look in on the shorter time frames, 5-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, etc., what we can clearly see here is that there's so much stop hunts going on, liquidation hunter bots, okay? And what these are, ladies and gentlemen, is they're bots that are designed to liquidate, to find the stop loss point. And once it finds that point, it can induce a cascading waterfall, right? Because once they find the point where all of the mass liquidations are, or the massive stop loss points, right? Just for example, right? I'm not saying this is what it is, but say that right here was the stop loss point, right? Massive stop loss point. If the bots find this, the liquidation hunters find this, then what can happen is they start to liquidate these positions, and then it causes a waterfall. And when the waterfall occurs, then they're able to scoop at the bottom and ride it back up. And what we're seeing right now is pure evidence of this, in my opinion, as we are seeing intraday action just ranging absolutely absurd amounts right now of 7%, 5%, sometimes just even 5% intra hour. And this, my friends, is clearly liquidation hunter bots, in my opinion. If you go long here, you get immediately stopped out. You go short here, immediately stopped out. The thing is right now is that when we're inside these equilibrium ranges, I don't like to get aggressive inside the range until a breakout, because of the fact that the probability for you to get liquidated just on a bot, a rogue liquidation hunter bot wick, somebody playing this market like a puppet, ladies and gentlemen, the maestro holding the strings, taking little Poopcoin Patrick for a ride. The Lambo is not coming today, my friends, if these liquidation hunter bots are getting you inside this range. Let me know in a comment if you've been getting absolutely destroyed inside this range, playing on high leverage. The thing is that these bots take advantage of over-leveraged traders. That is what they're designed to do. So right now, because I've identified that this range is a range that these bots are looking to punish over leveraged traders, Don Carbonaccio is not looking to play this range aggressively until I see a breakout, which leads me into my next piece of analysis here. Sheesh, I'm already fired up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you understand right now. This is a battle going on inside the chart. And what I'm seeing right now is that this is truly the calm before the storm, because right here on the 4-hour time frame, if you can't already see it already, it looks to me like we're in a classic symmetrical triangle. And also, I do want to give merit that this could also be categorized here as a ascending triangle with a flat top along the upper resistance line, right? You guys see that as well. There is sentiment here. I mean, this can be drawn in both directions, which is deceiving because maybe we look like we're going to have a breakout of the symmetrical triangle right here, but we go up to the $8,300 level and get stopped out again, right? Another wick and a rejection. If this is the case, although we get rejected again, ladies and gentlemen, up at that $8,300 to $8,400 level, although we may get rejected again, Don Carbonaccio is seeing that this may in fact be creating a series of lower high after lower high after, wow, excuse me, that was so backwards, of higher low. A series of higher lows. Wow, I couldn't have said it more reverse. So a series of higher low after higher low after higher low, with a flat line of resistance along the top here, creating a potential ascending triangle pattern formation, which we should all know by now, if you are subscribed here, that this pattern, per classical technical analysis theory, is a bullish continuation pattern. Would be nice if we could see this break out to the upside over that flat line of resistance at the top. Also, on the contrary though, I am still seeing the merit here that this could just be a symmetrical triangle, and symmetrical triangles are more neutral, but they generally tend to be in favor of the trend, right? So if in fact we do have our flagpole up here, then a symmetrical triangle here, which is more so looking to me like a bull flag, maybe if we do break this downward sloping resistance here, that we are going to see a breakout. It's tough because we do have to monitor both sections. One right here, which it depends where it breaks out, so I can't give you a number right now. It's more so just monitoring the trend line. But this trend line would be a breakout confirmation, number one. And number two, for me, would be a break above these three prior highs, or we get rejected at our prior high again, test down to the upward sloping support line, continue to create support, and then look to break it on the fourth or maybe even the fifth attempt to the upside before we look for our moonshot up into the 9K or 10K region. Now, that for me, ladies and gentlemen, is the bullish scenario. I do see that it's a possibility, and I see that we do have numerous bullish indications in terms of pattern on the chart right now. But there are some signs that are giving me a little bit of a bearish warning signal here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin on the one-day time frame. Let's go over to the RSI. This is on the one-day time frame. We are seeing right now a clear-cut bearish divergence. If we go out back to the candlestick chart, we can see that our prior high, both of them here, same price point, nearly, very, very similar price points on that double top. Now, if we go back into the RSI, I want to show you all that this RSI, they're at the same price point on the candlestick chart. That is a complete bearish divergence, ladies and gentlemen. That is not what you want to see. That is a clear-cut bearish sign, in my opinion, and per classical technical analysis theory. This also now leads me over to the weekly time frame. If we look at the weekly here, we can clearly see that Bitcoin, for the first time in quite some time, is back into the oversold territory on the RSI on the weekly time frame. We peaked here at about a 77.5. Right now, we have sharply declined. And if we look at all of these times in Bitcoin's past history on the last bull run that we went up into the oversold condition, let's take a price range tool and let's take a measurement of roughly the decline from each one, okay? The first one there was roughly a 28% to the downside. The second one, roughly a 38% move to the downside. Third one, 29%. Fourth one, 32%. Whatever one, 40%, 41%. Another 20%. Another sheesh, that one went all the way, so we're not even going to count that. But let's consider all these here. I know you guys can all see that these are between a minimum, ladies and gentlemen, of 23 to a maximum of about 41% to the downside on the RSI metric after going into overbought territory on the weekly time frame. And right now, we are seeing that we are getting rejected up in this range here once again. So once again, will we see a move very similar to what we've seen in the past? And if we do, in fact, take that extrapolation, let's go from where we are at right now. We can see that we're currently about a 9.5% move at the time of recording down from our peak. So if we are to take somewhere in the middle there, which would be about 30% in my opinion, right? We range from 23% to 41%. Let's say a 30%. I actually really like this location, ladies and gentlemen. It would, pretty much signify that we are due for a deep, deep dive into the crypto abyss. But I believe that it's going to be a potentially healthy correction if this does in fact occur, because look at all of the confluence in this range, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all of that confluence on the RSI there. Let's actually make this box green because I believe this would be a support. We have many, many peaks in here on the last RSI, right? So many peaks, and then our old consolidation here. So if we are to pull back, we have our average number from the historic data here that the tendency has been to pull back, on an average of about 30%, give or take. And we have so many confluences here in terms of prior RSI action that for me, this does look like a natural pullback in the chart. But don't get it twisted. This will take a long time to play out if it does play out. It doesn't have to, but we have to understand this is the weekly time frame here. And right now, this is the first time in weeks that Bitcoin is potentially looking to stick in a red candle on the weekly time frame. Of course, as we all know here, we are putting in a resistance at about our old prior high on the bull run, which was about 8,400 to 8,500. We're seeing resistance there now. And to be quite honest, if that RSI is any measurement of where we could potentially pull back to, I think a move back down to the low 6,000s would be healthy, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that it could become a huge bull flag, right? What if this whole move here is categorized as a bull flag up, a bull flag pole, rather, excuse me, a flag pole up followed by a flag down and then another flag pole up? I think that's a very distinct possibility here, especially with what we're seeing on the RSI. The volume has started to decrease here. If we flip on our moving averages, we're seeing that we are right now trading above all of our moving averages, the 50, 100, and 200. But even if we pull back down all the way to our, say it's 6,200, right? Let's call it for what it is. Say it's 6,200, and we find support along where we did before our capitulation, which again would look natural to me. Absolutely. It's almost like a magnet begging and asking for it to pull back to this level. If we do pull back there, we're finding consolidation above old resistance, which may in turn become new support. Our RSI would tentatively go down to the area of the average level that we would expect to see it go down to from an overbought condition, right? And on the contrary here, what we also see is that at that time, we may still tentatively be holding the 50 moving average, and the 200 moving average may move up into an even more favorable position here above our old bearish structure. If the 200-week moving average moves above our old bear market resistance level, ladies and gentlemen, that will be an unsung huge accomplishment for this market, in my opinion. I don't believe many are going to talk about this at this time, but right now, you best believe Don Carbonaccio is looking at this 200-week moving average, moving above the prior bear market tops. That, in my opinion, is just going to be one of the largest bullish moves in this market, let alone the price action. Even if the price action just chopped around like this for a while, sideways, and this 200-week moving average moved above our bear market peaks, ho ho, ladies and gentlemen, grandma's cookies and a bottle of yo ho ho. This, my friends, is one of the most bullish factors of this entire run, and would be, in my opinion, another bear market end and the start of a bull market confirmation. I repeat, that, in my opinion, the 200-week moving average breaking above our old bear market structure would, in my opinion, be an end of a bear market and the start of a bull market. The potential and probability for that to stay intact then would be very high, in my opinion. Of course, anything can happen. This is cryptocurrency. This is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. These are merely only my own opinions. But what I'm seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that we could be due for a short-term pullback. Like I was showing you on that 4-hour time frame, if we do in fact break down, right? Oops, let me go back over to Bitcoin here. If we do in fact break down, say out of this symmetrical triangle, right? We get rejected at current levels and then break below here, below 7,400, below 7,300, we may be ready for that massive pullback, right? And it'll seem like the end of the world, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Kirby, it's the crypto apocalypse. I told you, Kirby, I know it was going to zero. And then these Moon Boys, ladies and gentlemen, Moon Boy McDaniel and the Hodl Train homies, they may be pooping in the sheets, ladies and gentlemen, but you best believe Don Carbonaccio is looking to strike on potentially life-changing opportunity when it does in fact occur. Do you hear the seriousness in my voice here today, ladies and gentlemen? Do you understand that I believe we are at the precipice of one of the largest movements of the entire trend? I believe we're either going to savagely rip to the downside, or we are about to, in fact, moon up into the 9 or 10K region. Right now, I'm planning my strategies, plotting my moves. I'm ready not only to take advantage of Bitcoin when these moves occur, if and when they do occur, but I'm also ready to crush this altcoin market. What I see right now is Bitcoin dominance is rising again, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin dominance is rising again. But what I see is that also we are still tentatively in our bear flag formation here. Let's get this back to a regular chart. There we go. We are still, in my opinion, in a tentative bear flag formation, which, if this does break down, would send us right back into our median range here, our average range of the Bitcoin dominance metric, and may, in fact, send this market on an altcoin run, an altcoin season, an altcoin party, if you will. And ladies and gentlemen, if that does, in fact, occur, I am ready to pounce on these altcoins like you've never seen before. I'm going to be keeping you all updated in VIP with all of my Bitcoin trades, my longs, my shorts, my entries, my exits, my targets, my strategies, everything, ladies and gentlemen, for you, exclusively in VIP. If you're not in VIP already right now, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're watching this channel and you're not in VIP, and that is where I keep you updated 24/7 with every trade I make, every strategy I formulate in absolute real time. What are you doing? I don't know. I can't answer that for you. But right now, that's where I'm going to keep you updated around the clock, 24/7. I can only post these analyses here on YouTube for you once a day. In VIP, I'm posting 24/7 around the clock. Time frames are of no issue. Time zones are of no issue. I will be keeping you all updated in VIP with my trades here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get caught like a deer in the headlights when we break out here. Don't be taking that trip to Wrecked City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. You need to be prepared. You need to have a plan. Don Carbonaccio does not fail to plan. Don Carbonaccio plans to succeed. I'm going to keep you all updated with my plans in VIP, ladies and gentlemen. If we break up, I'm going to play it aggressively. If we break down, I'm going to play it aggressively because I see potentially life-changing opportunity in both directions. The potential percentage moves in each direction are absolutely ludicrous. I know you see it because we're looking at the same thing here. I'm literally showing it to you on my screen and you're watching the video, so I know you see it as well. Heinous. Heinous. So shout out to all my VIPs and shout out to all my new future VIPs that are going to be joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. It's time to get this crypto, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to crush this market. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'm fired up. I'm ready to take absolutely aggressive plays in this market, and I'm ready to get this crypto. So I will see you all in VIP right now. Shout out to all my VIPs and all my future new VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's crush it. Let's get this crypto. Are you going to be the one that gets crushed by this market, or are you going to be the one that does the crushing? The choice is yours. Being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. I will see you all in VIP right now. I'm ready to take absolutely aggressive plays in here. I don't understand if you're not in VIP already and you're watching these videos. Sheesh. Sheesh. Let's get this crypto. I see potentially life-changing trading opportunity, and I'm looking to absolutely crush it right now. Let's get this crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all in VIP. Shout out to all my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you there, my friends. And until next time, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.